Buenas Chish. It's Wednesday, April 29th, and welcome in. So, for today, we're going to actually get right into our discussion, changes to harvesting, and we want to talk about um, food caches and storage. So, maybe
Methods,
mm,
methods.
methods.
Yeah. I think the Southeasterners were pretty creative in solving uh, that problem and did a good job. But now I think it's only right to take advantage of what's new to make things go faster. But I'm not sure about the change, whatever changes it might have in regards to our uh, desire to put things up, the work that uh, we used to do. That was always uh, urgent, and also there was a very set time to start
Hmm.
and a very set time to end
Hmm.
putting up food. So uh, I think that's important. It's an important time that we set. It wasn't set by uh, the state or the law or anything like that. It was we timed it with nature. Yeah, any of the old style we were discussing the newer methods, and I'm not aware of all of them. So if you need to speak up and let us know.
Hmm. Okay.
Sorry to butt in like that.
No, I appreciate it. That's helpful to me. Yeah, so some of the things we talked about, methods that are not often done anymore due to the freezer being more prevalent, are canning, smoking and drying fish. Um, and then that I took a note, Shirley, about how you mentioned how that has an impact on alder growth. But did you want to talk any more about that?
Yeah, I think the alder is really common in it's really common in Southeast. And actually, we kind of controlled it uh, because we had such use for it in preparing our foods and harvesting, uh, harvesting the small trees and the branches and the leaves. We used all of that. As kids, we had to make sure my mom and my dad would prepare the wood, and we would kind of help take care of the leaves, and uh, the leaves didn't get pulled off the stems. We just made sure that the leaves were in a special pile, and that was important. I found out that if the fire got too hot for uh, when you're trying to smoke, and just ask me, I'm so terrible at trying to control the fire. Uh, I, in Huna, my sister-in-law had a smokehouse, and she said, "We're going to the movies if you can watch our uh, smokehouse." I said, "Okay." So I went back there, and it was smoking real nice. And I went back the next time, and it was kind of burning down, so I put some more stuff on there, and I started a nice big flame what you shouldn't have when you're trying to smoke something.
Uh-oh.
So I took a bunch of leaves and piled it up on there, and it caught fire real good.
Uh-oh.
And you're not supposed to have fire trying to smoke because it cooks the meat. So I had to run in quickly and get my nephew to grab the fish because the fish were on rods, and he brought it in, and the fire died down. So when my sister-in-law came home from the movie, I said we had to grab the fish because the fire was got to be too big. My nephew said, if you ever want a big fire, just ask Auntie. I couldn't control it, but that was something that really helped to control alder girls, and because alder just kind of grows everywhere, and it takes over berry areas. So now I don't understand why uh, we don't. I've begun to find out that the smoke chips that they put in machines are hickory. And the interesting thing that's happening is Alaska Natives are becoming allergic to hickory.
Oh.
Uh, my best friend, she spent the whole summer preparing her food with hickory chips, and then found out in the fall time that she was allergic to hickory
Hmm.
and had to give away all her food.
Dang.
Yeah. So I talked to Sea Alaska and asked, uh, why don't you start harvesting alderwood and make chips? Because that's what we're used to. And I'm not sure they had some kind of excuse why they don't do it.
Hmm.
I'm sure I don't understand it.
Hmm. That's so
But if there's
interesting.
any comments or questions on the use of alderwood for smoking.
Yeah, who here has comments or questions about that? I'm just looking up the word for alder. Akad siwik kwasa duwasak alder. Lingit Class.
Um, I can't remember
Is it K-shish?
cases. Yeah.
Okay.
My youngest son was just so disappointed. Alder doesn't grow here
In Anchorage?
in this area. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
this whole area, even out of this area, if you go anywhere, there's no alder. It's a southeast plant.
Does it get pretty big?
Uh, Not really big.
Uh,
That's funny. I feel like I remember Alder being in Anchorage. Like I remember it being there, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. Um, because we just always used to use it like if we ever had hot dogs, that was like go get an Alder switch. Go. So I was just
oh
like
yeah.
because you didn't care. It was like the tree where you're like it's just gonna grow back, like cut as much as you want down because it's just coming back. So it was like one of those things like you know, like other trees, we had to be like, oh, be kind to that tree. But
Yeah.
like the alder, it was always like, just rip off another branch and just like whittle away. That's like how we learned how to whittle, you know, with our little tiny Swiss Army knives. Like we would just practice and practice. But yeah,
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of uh, cottonwood.
that is true. There is a crap ton of cottonwood.
Hmm.
Cot the natives here says cottonwood is beautiful, but that's all. You can't burn it. You can't use it. You can't smoke with it. You can't nothing. It doesn't burn good. Just to look at. That's all. But I know my my son was. They were so used to Southeast. They searched everywhere for alderwood. There was none. You had to buy. You had to search everywhere to find even buy it. And then they went fast. They had bags of alderwood. I don't know where it came from, but uh, that would sell fast.
Okay, shish, alder. Another thing we talked about, let's see, impact on alder growth. Were there any more questions or comments about that before we start talking about food caches? Does anyone here smoked fish or can't smoked or dried food or
We always dried food with my uncle in Wrangell every summer.
oh nice.
But he usually just kind of like it was so boring. Like we'd like set it up and then like we'd go off doing whatever and he'd just stay there.
Tending it and watching the smoke and everything.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a pretty big smokehouse or the kind that's like the size of a
Yeah.
pin? Uh-huh.
It's kind I always like it's like the size of a porta potty or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in the backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had that kind too growing up. It seemed like it used to be a lot more common.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, ours were could had to hold 100 fish, so it was like a house.
mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was visiting Angoon one time, uh, Albert Kukesh told me that the state ordered outhouses for everybody in the village to handle a water issue, and every people took one look at him and they said, "Hey, don't paint mine. Just ship it bare wood." Because he said people wanted to use them for little miniature smokehouses. Hey, don't paint mine. That was funny. Shirley mentioned theirs were big, like houses to put lots of fish, and I do have a picture up on the screen. This is of Caltech, so it's um, more interior Alaska, where my dad is from. But I have some. This is my auntie Jo tending all the rods of fish, moving them around every evening, making sure they're all getting evenly smoked. But what do you think of this phrase, Shirley? I wrote a phrase next to it I got from the Verb Dictionary, and it means she's smoking king salmon, and I think it Does
Yeah.
that sound okay?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Good enough cheese. Let's practice that one then, you guys, and we can put different names of fish too. But go ahead and unmute your mics and practice this last word, smoking.
Um,
But
Uh, and this first word is king salmon.
Ta,
Uh, so put them together. Ta khan.
ta,
uh,
akan.
um,
Okay. Does anybody here know another type of salmon?
No.
You don't have to know it in Lingit. What would be another? Let's do dog salmon. Teeth. So if we wanted to say she's smoking dog salmon, you just replace ta, which is king salmon, with teeth, dog salmon. So let's practice this one. Teeth, khan.
Il, akan.
heel,
Job. Yeah, it's kind of a fun picture of a big smokehouse, like Shirley was mentioning.
Yeah, teak, that's pretty tough fish,
Uh-huh.
really tough. Uh, we used to get just a few at the end of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and you smoke it and dry it, and then in the winter you take one or two and put it in a gunny sack and anchor it for a day or two. I don't know how long. My dad used to do it. Um, the bay in Huna, you can't do stuff like that anymore because it's so too many boats. But he used to just anchor it and it had to soak. Then my mom would stick it in the oven to cook it. It was really, actually, really delicious. My dad had to tear it up while it was hot. So that was always a big deal. A lot of fun to watch. Uh, so, uh, yeah, dog salmon is pretty tough, but it was tasty.
That didn't burn your dad's hands when he did that?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Poor.
He had to, he had to tear it uh, while it was hot because it was too hard to do it otherwise. It's the
Mm-hmm.
only time it was easy to tear.
Oh, yeah. What did it do when you soak it in the bay on an anchor?
It softens it.
Oh,
Also, it salts it, the sea salt.
okay.
Yeah.
That is so smart. I never heard of that before. Nice. Does anybody else smoke fish or dry foods in here? This other one, Shirley and I talked about right before class. This phrase I got from the verb dictionary means I'm going to make dried fish this summer. And so let's practice these two words. These last two words mean this summer. And repeat after me. Ya Khotan.
yeah,
Yakutan.
Yakutan.
Okay. And this word is similar to what we looked at when we said she's smoking king salmon. And this one's I will dry fish. At kukhan.
Akukan.
Yakutan.
Good job. And then let's try the whole thing. At kukhan. Ya Khotan.
Akukan.
Yakutan.
Yakutan,
Yakutan.
Yakutan.
Mm-hmm. A lot of work. So another thing we talked about are food caches. And some of the notes I took from talking with Shirley about it are things didn't get frozen when she was growing up, just chilled. And Shirley told me that when the village of Huna burned, the caches survived because they were underground under the house. But Shirley, could you talk with us a little bit more about food caches when you were growing up?
Yeah, the food cache that we had, and when I talked to my friends, it turns out that we were not the only ones that had a food cache. But it was, you had to go under the house, uh, and it wasn't directly under the house, but it was, you had to go down there. And it was made of logs on the sides, all the house sides, and the ceiling was all logs. And it was walk in. The floor was also logs. That's I think that's the way it kept cool. So in the summer, even in the summer, it was always cool down there. Uh, but it was really important in the winter. It kept things cold uh, and cooler in the summer. Uh, so you had to uh, make sure as you put food in there, what food goes in there, and at what time in the season. Everything was timed, so um, I think they got it uh, pretty good. They There was even a container that was in blueberries in uh, oil, seal oil. The seal oil completely covered the berries to keep air and mold and whatever. Never find any mold there. And the way we scooped it up was we had these ladles, a big scoop of I don't know if it's wood or whatever, but there was holes in the bottom. So when you scooped up the berries, so you had to wait and let the oil drain out before you put that in a bowl. And then with the oil, it's ready. Add sugar and it's ready to eat.
Hmm.
Blueberries was the one berry that I was aware of that was put in there. There was softer berries that you couldn't do that with
Oh,
that. Yeah,
okay.
the more solid berries were done like that.
Okay. Just the more solid berries like blueberries.
Yeah, there there was huckleberry. We had huckleberries, not blueberries in Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
There was red huckleberries and blue.
Do you have a favorite between the two?
Oh, they're the same. They
Mm-hmm.
taste,
Mm-hmm.
but the red ones really add to it in color, in looks.
Yeah, I miss looking at my freezer at the bags full of red huckleberries and blueberries together. They look so pretty. Um, I was gonna ask you, so they had a slotted ladle to scoop the berries out and let the oil drip out. And then did you say you guys would add sugar to them?
To eat, yeah.
Okay. How did the berries line up time-wise in terms of like what time of season you put things in the cache?
That was something my mother really kept track of. So the berries, you just didn't have it in there all year, all winter. There was a time when you need to use it up.
Mm-hmm.
It was not going to last the whole time. So certain things were timed that
Nice, yeah. Yeah, it's the first time I ever heard about timing things to put in at the right time of season. Was did that have to do with like how they would dry out before they freeze?
it had to do with how it would last. So if you had a smoked salmon, that would last the whole year. Uh, but berries, um, even though it was kept fresh under the oil, you still had a certain time when you need to use it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's so cool. Any comments or questions from you guys? So, we talked about summer houses and how food caches at the summer houses might be a little bit different from the ones in the winter village. Shirley, can you tell us more about that?
Now we had a food cache in the summer in our summer house, and it was really different. It was smaller, and also it had very long legs to keep the bears away. So in order to get into it, you had to uh, move the ladder over and climb up. So things were put in there ready to take back to the village, but you didn't just run back and forth to the village every day. So things were stored in there and timed so they can take it, distribute it to the village or put it in the food cache. Yeah, the food caches in the summer with the long legs are the ones you see in pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were first talking about this, I was looking up Alaskan food shed or something that the internet would find it. Food cache, was it? But they were all like that really, really tall kind. Let me see if I can find them now. But that was just the style for the summer house.
They kind of forced us out of Glacier Bay. I don't know if you guys know the history. Uh, we had a summer home there in land. We went there every summer without fail to put up our food for the winter. And it was well located and prepared. Everything was ready. We had a house to live in. We had a smokehouse on the beach. When I say house, it's a yeah, it was a house. No windows, no door, no except the door to go in, and the roof was built added in such a way so that when they put smoke in there, the smoke would escape. But there would be a lot of this the smoke uh, would fill the whole building, which was what we wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only a little bit familiar with that history, but it must have had a pretty big impact on people's food.
You need to go into the bedroom because the nurse needs to look at you. Nurse is here. Mhm. Oh,
My my dad was a carpenter,
oh,
so he kept everything up, and he had tools. So when we were leaving in the fall, he would hook his tools onto the branches of the trees that were close by, and then they forced us out of Glacier Bay,
Hmm.
and the trees grew up. My brother says, somewhere up there are these tools that are hanging on the tree.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't I didn't know that your dad was a carpenter.
Yeah,
Huh. So did he build your house out there?
yeah. He uh, carpenters. I found out later that specialized. He did build boats. He had a boat yard, but he could build houses and he could build furniture. My
Hmm.
mom always had a nice, beautiful cabinet for her to display her good dishes. We had a dining table with matching chairs. And later I found out uh, people specialize in that.
Hmm.
But he did everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cool, your dad. Did you have a favorite memories from spending the summers in Glacier Bay?
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of hard work, but we were located in such a place so that a lot of people used to drop by. And there was a river where the fish went up. We never took fish from the river, ever.
Hmm.
Once they enter the river, they change.
Hmm.
And I always think about people getting fish from the Russian River here. They're really slippery and slimy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Once they get to the river, they change. So we got salmon before they got close to the river.
Hmm.
And my parents apparently knew that our smokehouse could hold 100 fish. So I don't know if they just kept really good count of the fish. But we also had a fish rack that my mom used to, they'd harvest the fish.
Hmm.
My mom would start cutting it, cut the heads, cut the tails, take out the backbone, clean it out, wash it, and then my brother and I would take it and hang it on the rack.
Oh.
So it was a rack that was slanted like bleachers that could hold 100 fish. So we would fill that up, and when we finished, we would start. Well, I think my mom would start cutting at 5 in the morning, and my brother and I would wake up about 6 o'clock and start taking the salmon up and hanging it on that rack.
Oh.
Then after we finished completely hanging all the fish, my dad would throw a net over it, keep the birds from landing on it and picking on it. And then my brother and I, our job was to run around and chase the birds away,
Uh-huh.
keep them away from the the rack. There was one thing that was really fortunate. Birds went to bed right on time and always at the same time.
Yeah.
6 p.m. we're free. They're all snoozing and floating around. That's when we would have dinner, sit on the beach and have dinner. So the reason we put on the rack is to drain it so that it was easier to handle. It drains all the slime off of it. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's a little bit drier.
Yeah, I had to laugh when you said the birds go to bed right on time because I have a little parakeet, and it seems like as soon as the sun is setting, he goes back in his cage and fluffs up into a little ball for bed.
Yeah. Yeah, ducks actually sound like they're snoozing or they're making a noise like, "Ah, ah." I used to sit on the beach so I could listen to them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Cute.
yeah, they keep floating around. Of course, they didn't bother our salmon, but they were there around there for the what do they call it? The sardines that come down from the river
Oh,
after they're hatched.
uh-huh.
That they were there for, and that was the kind of ducks I'm used to eating, fishing,
Uh-huh.
the ones that fish,
Yeah.
and they have that taste.
Mm. You were talking about working on the fish and cutting the heads and tails and removing the backbone, and it reminded me that I found this phrase in the verb dictionary too. And I have a picture of my aunties doing it. Of course, this is in Caltech, but I think a lot of the stuff we do is pretty similar. But this phrase is from the Tlingit verb dictionary. It means she split open the fish for smoking. And in Tlingit, we gaat de kat us.
Yeah,
That sound okay?
yeah.
So the fish, she split it open for drying. But you guys, you students can go ahead and unmute. Let's practice this one. And let's start with just this last sound. We have a pinched X, high tone A, and a pinched S. And repeat after me. Us.
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 That's
Yeah, this pinched S, Shirley's described it to me before. It's like almost like a Z. And when she said it just now, it sounded kind of like a Z to me. So let's do, starting with the Aushe. Repeat after me. Aushe. Us.
I'll take
Oh,
us.
I'll
here.
take us.
Nice. And the word right before it, cut.
Cut.
Cat.
Good. And say them together. Cut. Us.
But
Cut.
we
Oh,
us.
here. Us.
And this first part means that fish. We gaat de.
We have
We had the
And then cut. Us.
But how
oh,
we us.
You ready to try the whole thing? Okay, repeat after me. We gaat de cut. Us.
We
Wait.
had the cut.
cut.
Oh, here.
Us.
Us.
Shirley, how do we sound?
The description I had say I don't know. Can you see it?
Can you hold up a little higher? Okay, now we can see your paper.
Yeah. So cut off the head, cut off the tail, open it up, take out the backbone,
Uh-huh.
and you hang it up for the night. That's when we had the job of keeping the birds away and
Oh.
all the slime drained out. So,
Oh.
okay, as you have a board that it must be something my dad designed. It was slanted. It was like straight up and then a slanted side. So the salmon was then laid with the back on that slant. So our trick is to open it up like this.
Hmm.
Open it up. And if there's too much meat, my mom would uh, judge it and take strips off. And that's what's called smoke strips. So, okay, this is all finished. Well, then you turn it, and then you're going to do the same thing to the other side, and the fish is open. So then this is ready to smoke, put in a smokehouse to completely smoke. But it's smoked with the skin side up,
Oh.
and uh, and she was the judge of making it the same thickness throughout. And we had strips that my dad used to hang separately, and that was a treat trying to put in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, after it's dried, then what was done was, of course, it was moved around so that there's no part of it that got moldy. So then my dad would poke a hole, or maybe there's already a hole. So then there would be a whole bunch of them like this, hanging, hanging like this, and called newspaper style.
Oh.
So it finishes drying. It has to be inspected like somebody like my parents, completely dry. Then it's folded back up and then stacked. You put a rope around it and hang it up. So you have a whole bunch of these that are smoked.
Oh.
Yeah.
So by the time you start smoking it, it's completely dry.
By the time we start smoking it, it's completely thin. Yeah, yeah. It's like this. So the salmon here, after you cut off the head, the tail,
Mm-hmm.
and you take the backbone out, you have the meat and the skin.
Yeah.
So then you have to work on that and make it like this.
Oh. Okay, that's so helpful. I've never seen that explained with the folded up piece of paper before, but that makes it way easier to understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thin newspaper style.
yeah. It's hard to describe it. You
Yeah.
know, I used to watch my mom do it all the time, but I don't think I can. Slicing, just slicing it ever so nicely so that it's same thickness. That was their trick. Was this the whole thing was the same thickness. Well, then you hung it up like this to dry. After it's smoked real good, let it dry. After it's dry, then you can fold it back up and hang it up.
Hmm. That's so cool. And you could fit 100 fish like that in your
Yeah,
smokehouse?
yeah,
Dang. Yeah.
yeah. Thinking that they were talking about There was a depression. We didn't even know there was a depression. We had all the food we needed.
Yeah, because you
What
guys were just,
depression? What
yeah,
happened? What do you mean by that?
yeah, what depression?
To work hard
Yeah.
so you don't get depressed.
Yeah, if you're working that hard on your food right in your land, then I guess it wouldn't really affect you that there's a problem in the national supply chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to learn that newspaper style. I've heard about it a bunch and I've eaten it before. It's so good. Uh, um, I think some folks in cake still do it pretty good.
Uh,
Okay.
so I don't know if Angoon still does it, but
I'll have to ask Alan. Alan Zuboff gave me his phone number today.
yeah, Angoon, some people in Angoon made the best nayadi.
Mm.
I still haven't been able to figure out how to do nayadi, but my mom used to do it every now and then. You do it with halibut.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. You take cakes of halibut, and nayadi is a word for half smoked.
Mm.
So you're not going to completely smoke it, otherwise it'll become bitter. And the smoke, the half smoke is really a wonderful, wonderful flavor.
Mm.
Yeah. The last time I had one, I got it from Angoon, and I don't know how to do it.
Um, I don't know how to do it either. Has anyone here had Nayadi or you know anybody that makes it?
Know how to make it?
I'm just digging through my photos. I have an uncle, a late uncle, who made it really good. And I got some from my auntie. I'm trying to see if I can pull a picture up to show folks. It's been some time though. I'll have to look later.
Sorry, I zoned out. Is it the kind that like they smoke it and then can it? Or what? Sorry, I
It's
missed.
That's okay. It's like
Yeah, it must be. I've never tasted that, but it sounds right.
it's kind of basically half cooked. So it's not completely cured where you could just pull it out and eat it, but you got to bake it.
Okay, okay.
So it's like it's smoked and dried halfway and then the
It's
kind my
cooked,
family.
to be cooked.
Yeah, it's meant to
Yeah,
be cooked.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's so good. We bake ours at I think 350 or something for 12 minutes and man, it turns out good.
Yeah.
And
Nayadi.
you should take all the halibut off. You have to have a good sized halibut to get those chunks of meat. Take all the meat off of it. Then the backbone still has a lot of meat on there. Take the whole backbone and throw it in the smokehouse and let it smoke. Then you take it and cook that, boil it. Delicious, very
Hmm.
delicious. Smoked halibut backbone. It's got all that meat on there.
Hmm. Yeah, my dad always talks about how much meat gets left on the bone when you just fillet it. Um, I'm starting to get hungry, but before we go, we still have a few minutes left. We wanted to talk to you guys about like or just have a discussion about now there are kind of machines for everything, so changes to the methods for harvesting. Um, Shirley, did you want to start us off?
Yeah, there's maybe there's machines I'm not aware of. Of course, we have canning and we have pressure cookers, and uh, that came along. Jars of things that you could can, and then cans came along later, where people were able to use it in the pressure cookers. Uh, but now there's machines to dry food, smoke, uh, small machines that can smoke fish. I think I even have one if I can find it.
Mm.
Smoke house, little smoker,
Oh yeah.
the kind that gets kind of lost in all the other things.
There, I think it's called like a, is it like a little chief smoker?
Yeah,
Yeah. The kind that gets lost in all the other things.
yeah. Find it, it's going to give up, and uh, any other machines. There's uh, cookers. There's uh, vacuum. That's the word, vacuum.
Oh yeah.
Vacuum pack.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me vacuum pack seaweed after it was chopped up. That was pretty good. Now this year I have vacuum pack herring eggs.
Mm.
So there's jars, there's cans, there's freezers, vacuum pack, dryers, smokers.
Hmm.
Did we talk about hickory chips?
No,
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did?
Uh-huh. Where people were getting allergic to the hickory.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. We must have still been talking about it when you guys came in. That must be what Shirley and I were talking about. Yeah, what did you say, Shirley? People started getting sick from it?
Uh, Allergic to hickory.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. My friend, she was worked real hard and put up her food and smoked everything carefully. Then found out she was allergic to hickory. And I heard that from other people too, from the north.
Hmm. So then that was giving her allergies when she ate that fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, bummer. Before we go, I wanted to show you guys some of the words that things we talked about. So, cache, like a food cache in Tlingit is chall. So go ahead and practice that chall.
Chash.
It's
Good job. The L in Tlingit, you make that sound by just putting the tip of your tongue on the back of your front teeth, just like if you're saying an English L. But instead of using your voice box, you just breathe out the sound, relax your cheeks, and let that friction kind of come out. Chal.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
Good. Nice one. And then to dry something in your chal would be chalhuk. So practice this. Chalhuk.
Chash.
Right. Ooh.
just hook.
Good. Yeah, cash dried. So the second word means dry. And an X in Tlingit is just kind of, you're just breathing out, almost making like a little friction in the top of your mouth, but not quite touching your tongue to the top of your mouth. And it's just a smooth sound. So repeat after me. Chalhuk.
Chash.
Just
Right.
hook.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, good job, you guys. But yeah, we're at time, but and this is our last class, so I just wanted to thank you, Shirley, for teaching us and um, being my partner in crime. And I want to thank all you guys for being so dedicated and coming to class every week. Um, and I hope you all have good summers and full smokehouses this summer. But yeah, Shirley, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I no longer can do all that stuff, so I don't have access to it. So I'm always open to somebody has that to sell or have that access to it. I appreciate letting me know.
Are there any things that you don't like, Shirley, or that you're allergic to?
Um, is that allergic to? I think I'm pretty tolerant in regards to native food. I
Mhm.
don't like
What are your favorite things?
things. I like salmon eggs, but uh, people tend to give me sockeye salmon eggs.
Huh.
Too small.
Yeah.
But I'm so hungry for it. I go ahead and cook it anyway and eat it.
Yeah, nice.
Like sockeye,
Mm-hmm.
eggs are pretty good.
Mm.
My sister-in-law used to be really, really good at aging it and so tasty.
Mm.
She would bring it out for me and my brother to eat, the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear everybody exiting the house. People running out the back door, out the front door. My brother would keep count, say, okay, that was the last one. Let's eat.
I always boil my salmon eggs, but I haven't had fermented ones, but I do like fermented foods. So cool. Well, that's it for time. You guys have an awesome summer, and we'll keep you posted about our fall class if we're able to make that happen.
Yeah. Gunashkish.
Yeah,
But
we're
it's keys.
we're gonna want to hear about any new things or trying the old way, anything. That'll be fun. But have a good summer.
Yes, yeah,
But it's
Kwasiti.
keys.
Uh,
Well, I hope we're back next fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yekwati, that means, yeah, that'll happen. We want it.
Tea.
Ikwati.
Yekwati.
Uh,